Hello everyone, this is Ziggy from ZiggyKnowsDisney.com. Today I'm going to be giving you my Palo Brunch review and walkthrough of the restaurant and telling you why it's such an amazing place and an absolute must-try dining experience on the Disney Cruise Line. If you're finding me for the first time, please be sure and remember to subscribe to my channel to get all the latest videos, including Disney guides, reviews, and tips and tricks from the parks. So now let's take a look at the Palo Brunch on the Disney Magic. So Palo is a restaurant on the Disney Cruise Line, and you can find it on all 4 Disney Cruise Line ships, both for dinner and for brunch. Now, we really enjoyed our dinner experience at Palo, and so we had to come back and try the brunch as well. Now, brunch, you have to make sure, just a word of advice, you'll only find the brunch on when they have the Disney Days at Sea. That means that this experience is only going to be available to you either 1 or 2 days on your Disney cruise trip, depending on how many day trip it is. And just as a recommendation, make sure to reserve your brunch at Palo as soon as you possibly can, as soon as reservations open for your Disney cruise trip, because it's one of the experiences that really fills up in no time at all. The inspiration behind Palo comes from Venice, where both the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder ships were built. And so a little bit of homage being paid to Italy for building these ships as a way of saying thank you. They named these restaurants Palo, which in Italian means pole. And as soon as you step foot inside the restaurant, you're going to see the architecture from Venice, including the poles from the gondolas. One of my absolute favorite features of the restaurant is right at the entrance when you see the gorgeous Venetian masks on display that are used during the carnival period in Venice. Truly incredible craftsmanship and really beautiful to look at. Now, one thing to keep in mind about Palo, whether dinner or brunch, is that it is an extra added charge of $30 per person. So it is a little bit different than the normal Disney rotational dining, which is included in your Disney cruise price. So what is it about Palo that makes it such an unforgettable dining experience and worth the extra $30? Well, even though other restaurants like Animator's Palette and Cabanas that are included in the regular Disney Cruise rotational dining are pretty good quality, you're not going to get food of this high quality and service for $30 anywhere in the world. I mean, there's a big difference between the quality from at Palo and the other restaurants. That and the fact that having lived in Italy for 5 years and having a wife from Italy, I've tasted a lot of Italian food, and you're not going to find another place as authentic of a real Italian meal as this at Palo on this side of the Atlantic Ocean. So definitely, in my opinion, it's worth the extra $30 for the service, for the experience, and for the food. It's amazing. So now let's talk about what exactly you're going to find at Palo. Well, the Palo Brunch Buffet is split up into 4 different sections. You have the breakfast suites, the main buffet tables, the dessert buffet, and the made-to-order menu. So looking first at the traditional Italian breakfast buffet, you're going to find brioche, sweet bread with raisins, cinnamon rolls, a variety of muffins, cakes, and other delicious pastries. There's a whole lot of options here, and everything we tried was excellent. After moving on from the traditional Italian breakfast, you're going to find the main brunch buffet over on the other side. So here you're going to find some more savory items like cured meats, a whole bunch of different varieties of fish, including king crab, shrimp, seared tuna, then a bunch of different vegetables, a whole lot of Italian cheeses, which are amazing, and a bunch of variety of bread, breadsticks, and you name it. Some of the more interesting options are the prosciutto that's been aged for 400 days, and you slice that right off the bone. It's absolutely delicious. As you look down through the rest of the buffet, you can see a variety of different quiches, deviled eggs, different cured meats, fish like shrimp, and cooked in a variety of different ways. It's a really bountiful display, and you're definitely going to find something that really piques your interest. The last part of the Palo Brunch Buffet was, of course, the desserts. Yes, we couldn't leave without trying those. So here you're going to find a whole lot of variety, just like in the other buffets, of many different types of desserts, such as tarts, mousses, cannoli, fruit cups, cream puffs, mini creme brulees, and chocolate-covered strawberries. Yes, you'll find anything you could possibly desire to fulfill that sweet tooth. Just take a look at all that yumminess. One alcoholic drink is also included at the Palo Brunch, and so we tried a Mimosa, a Bellini, and a berry Prosecco, which were outstanding. Some of the first things we tried were the Almond Croissant, which was extra flaky and delicious. We also tried a cream cheese filled pastry, but our favorite item from the beginning was the cinnamon roll. Oh man, was that good. One of the best I've ever had. But let's dive right into that main Palo Brunch Buffet, where we tried lots of awesome things. The buffalo mozzarella was especially sweet and juicy. We really filled up on the seafood, the king crab legs, which were already open for you. Talk about awesome. The shrimp, the scallops, which were especially delicious. The seared tuna was unbelievable. And things like the prosciutto wrapped asparagus and the different varieties of cheeses and meat. Everything we tried was delicious, and we just kept getting back up for more and more. Now, if the buffets weren't enough for you, the Palo Brunch also has a made-to-order menu where you can get things cooked directly for you, either traditional breakfast-style foods or more lunch options. One of my favorite options off the menu is the spicy sausage pizza. It was really light and chewy with a great spicy flavor but not overpowering, and it had tons of cheese in my book, which was important. The lasagna came highly recommended by our waiter, and it was amazing. The recipe is very simple: handmade pasta, tomato, bechamel, and the meat sauce. It was very soft, and the flavors even reminded my wife of the lasagna when she was a girl growing up in Italy. A must try. The eggplant parmigiana was also a nice option. Not quite as good as lasagna, but it was very thin, nicely fried, and a good option for somebody who likes eggplant. One of the dishes we really weren't excited about that much was the veal saltimbocca or the artichoke raviolis. Both we were really looking forward to, and they both ended up being kind of a disappointment. I would skip those and save room for something else. On the same level as the lasagna, though, was the chicken parm. This is one of my favorite dishes of all time, and this one was super tender, melted in your mouth, and was really juicy. Everything was perfect about it. We loved it. Last from the made-to-order menu, we absolutely had to get the Mickey waffles. These things were huge. Not your normal Walt Disney World Mickey waffles. And then, of course, we couldn't help but stuff them with the wonderful strawberry sauce that was given. An excellent option. You can't miss a Mickey waffle. Now, I know what you're thinking. There can't be even 1 millimeter of space left for dessert. Well, my friend, how little you know. Even though we were ready to be rolled out of the restaurant, we couldn't conclude our Palo Brunch review without trying some of the desserts. It would be irresponsible YouTubing. Some of our favorite dessert options were the mixed berries with the champagne jello, very light, a nice compliment. The Nutella cream puff was awesome. It had a really light Nutella mousse inside and a spongy pastry shell outside. Some of the other ones that were good were the lemon meringue tart in a glass and the raspberry and white chocolate mousse, both really smooth and full of flavor. The cannoli with pistachios were a good option, not your typical cannoli cream, but still good. And also the chocolate cappuccino mousse was very smooth and rich. The tiramisu was also an excellent option, full of mascarpone cheese, really creamy, and just an overall amazing flavor. Not overly coffee tasting like many tiramisus tend to be, but really excellent and a must get. Lastly, and quite possibly the best thing we tasted all day at Palo, was the Nutella lava cake. This is a 2-layered cake of dark chocolate and Nutella, the bottom layer being denser and almost fudge-like, while the upper layer was a creamy Nutella filling. Then the whole thing is drowned in melted dark chocolate. Incredibly rich and delicious, sure to satisfy the biggest chocolate lovers. So overall, the Palo Brunch is an unbelievable dining experience, not only the highlight of our Disney cruise, but one of the best meals we've ever had in our lives, period. Palo Brunch is something you absolutely will love, so don't miss it. That wraps up our Palo Brunch review and restaurant tour. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos and check out our website at www.ziggyknowsdisney.com, as well as check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Have a very magical day, everyone, and we'll see you again real soon.